Hey guys, welcome back to another Cook With Me Sunday lunch edition. So today we're going to make fish and we're going to save it with a side of mashed potatoes and also roast veggies. You're going to see what I'm going to do with the spinach. But yeah, that's that. And then there's the fish. Don't mind my oil, it's used oil that I just put in there, so as I cook I'll be using it. I use it first before I use the clean oil. And then there's some of the spices that I'm gonna be using, but you see them as I go. I'll be showing everything. So yeah guys, let's start. So first we're just gonna add our potatoes into the pot. And then I added a bit of salt. You just add salt to taste depending on how many potatoes you're making. And then I just drizzled a little bit of oil. So I drizzle oil to avoid the pot from boiling over. That's why I do it. You don't have to do it if your potatoes don't boil over. And then after that, I just added some boiling water and then I let it cook up until they're soft. Then we move on to our roast veggies. So when I added them in the pan, I noticed that there were a lot, so I removed some of them and then I just set them aside for another day. And I just drizzled some oil and then I added all the spices that you're gonna see. So you just season them according to how you like it. You don't have to use the spices. If you've got other spices that you like, you can use those spices instead of this, but I used what I like. So you can just tailor make it to the way that you like. So yeah, we're just gonna continue adding all the spices, and then after that you're just gonna mix. I also noticed that I had some fresh thyme in the fridge, so I decided to add that just to give to enhance the flavor. And guys, if you use fresh herbs, they just add more flavor to the food. And then I just added some unsalted butter, and then after that I added them in the oven and I baked them for about 20 minutes at 180. We're almost done with making our lunch, guys. So now we're gonna move on to the fish. So with the fish, I just I added some spices. I saw a video on TikTok, but I just decided to make it with what I had. So first I added some oil, and then after adding oil I added mixed herb, Cajun spice, grill seasoning, and all the other seasonings that you're going to see, black pepper and so forth. I just added all that, and then I also had fish spice, and I was making fish, but it was only gonna make sense if I added fish spice to it. So yeah, that's what I did, and then all the other ingredients that you're just gonna see, and then I mixed everything together. So once you have all your ingredients in the bowl, you're just gonna mix. I noticed that the mixture was not the consistency that I wanted, so I just added a little bit more of oil, and then I mixed. When it was done, I then took my fish and then I wrapped all the spices into the fish. If you wrap them, it just ensures that it helps with the spice rub sticking on the fish, and also some of it, it gets into the fish. So I suggest you wrap. If you don't want to use your hands, maybe you can just use a spoon and try press like what I was doing there, but I noticed that it wasn't working. So that's when I decided to use my hands, but you can just do it whichever way that you want. So yeah, after that, and then you do it on the other side again. You flip the fish and then you add it there, and then you just keep on marrying. You just keep on adding the fish wrap like that. So once you're done rubbing all that seasoning onto the fish, it should look something like this. If you've got time, you can let it you can let it sit for some time. That way also, you know, all the spices are gonna, you know, marinate. And then yeah, so they got us an air fryer, so we're just gonna add our fish into the air fryer, and I added also a bit of some fresh thyme there, and then we let it back. You can also do this in the oven. So yeah, whilst that's baking, we're gonna move on to the last part, which is the mash. So our potatoes have already boiled, they're now soft and everything. We're just gonna mash them like that. Then after we mash them, we're gonna add some dried parsley. I just prefer the dried parsley option for this because, okay, yeah, I just prefer it. It just gives it, you know, that green color. You're gonna see it. So then we're gonna add our parsley, and then we're also gonna add butter, and we're just gonna mix. You're gonna see, we're gonna mix, and then we're gonna set it aside. So in a separate pan, you're just gonna add some butter, and you're just gonna, yeah, you're gonna melt the butter, and then after melting the butter, you're gonna add spinach, and you cook the spinach up until it's cooked to your liking. Once your spinach is cooked, you're going to add some fresh cream, and you're also going to add some Parmesan cheese. That's what I had, and that's what I prefer, so that's what I added. If you also have any other type of cheese, you can just use that, because the idea is for us to, you know, have a thick sauce. But yeah, you can just use whichever cheese that you have, and then you're just gonna mix, or stir rather. You're just gonna stir everything together just like that. Continue stirring up until the sauce thickens. So for the seasoning of the sauce, I just added black pepper because I felt like my mash was perfectly seasoned when it comes to salt. So I didn't add salt, I just added black pepper, and then yeah, I just mixed. Then whilst I was done mixing, then I added the mash into the pan. I regretted doing this. I should have just added the sauce to the pot, because it was a bit challenging mixing the mash in the pan, because it wanted to spill over like the sauce. I'm sure you can see it wanted to spill over, so you have to be extra careful to avoid the sauce from, you know, spilling on your stove and everything. But yeah guys, that's just it. You just continue mixing up until everything is mixed together, and yeah, we move on to plating our plate. This is the fun part. Our plate turned out so good. The presentation, I don't know, but I think the presentation was really good. The presentation, 10 out of 10 minus nothing. So yeah guys, guys, another thing, please don't forget to subscribe, comment, and also share my videos to your friends, your relatives, so that they also see and we also grow the family. But yeah guys, this is what I made today. I made grilled fish, and I made a sauce. The sauce is easy to make. I'm just gonna list down the ingredients of the sauce and the description down below. You just check that out. But yeah guys, thank you so much for watching. I can't wait to see you in my next video. Bye.